In the first place, we will be honored by the Ministry of Labour and Home Affairs, who are coming in from the human capital aspect, the human developers. We will also have worker organizations like your trade unions. We are also having fund administrators who are the custodians of the retirement insurance or the funds. And we have also brought on board the experts on policy, on retirement, academics like
Professor
Botali, Emma.
Okay, let me also bring you in right here, Professor Botali, that all the key stakeholders will be coming together.
Right.
And this means then there must be issue to address. What do we observe for the society that is Botswana is the issue, or are the key issues when we're talking about retirement planning? What are we seeing happening in our society?
Yeah, thank you for having again. No, actually, before I answer that, I think it's important just to, besides just being an academic, I'm also in this retirement industry space. Having been, in the pension industry for a long time as a trustee, so I basically have some understanding about what this is about. But in short, what it means is that we are concerned about retirement planning. In terms of what does it do, what does it mean? Because we would know that generally most of us don't really adequately plan for retirement. It's like that by the time we retire, it's now it's like it's an awakening for us to say, oh, by the way, I'm leaving, but then am I ready? That's why most of us, when we are told to leave, we are literally being pushed out of our offices because we are not ready. And I'm glad that you're bringing in the leg that is labor into this discussion, because what we observe sometimes as commonplace is that the subject of retirement or pension, as we call it, is usually offered on the table by employer, and I don't think that we observe enough conscious engaging or critical engaging with this matter. What has been the observation?
I think you are bringing up a very important aspect. For us, we look at this as a very broad-based subject. Retirement is very broad. It is not only about finances, because retirement occurs as part of a life cycle stage. Just like all other life cycle stages, at retirement you are at an advanced stage with its peculiar, characteristics. Life has its own dynamics, so there are many aspects to retirement. This is why there is actually need for dialogue. At the moment, we are focusing, retirement is actually focusing on the finances, which are very, very important, but there are also other aspects that we really need to dialogue on and to take action on in terms of reforms for policy and programming.
I'm actually quite curious now. Let us spell them out, some of these aspects of retiring, especially that we are going to get into conversation to look whether policy is addressing these sufficiently. What are some of the other aspects of retiring?
Yeah, thank you. No, not like she's saying, it's really broad, because obviously finances are very important, but we need to really think about other issues just beyond your finances. Like, for instance, shelter, housing. Do you have a place where you retire to? When you leave, let's say institutional housing, where do you go?
Institutional housing,
Where do you go? I mean, when you retire, typically you are 60 plus. So it means your health is no longer at its best. So it means now medical bills become very, very important. Did you think about those issues to say that do you have adequate medical cover, for instance? So those issues really become very important. And then also it is a time for you to really relax. Did you plan, for instance, for holidays all of these things. Some might think, this is a luxury. No, it is not.
Yeah.
I mean, after working for 30, 40 years, you need really to relax. Remember, I mean, at that age, you now need to slow down. This is not the time to be running around, building a house, drilling a borehole, starting a moraga. That is not what the time is all about.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's talk about what if then we don't pay the sufficient attention to it. Why is it important for society, for us as a society, to address retirement planning? What if we don't?
Thank you. It is critical. We must. And what we are saying here is that we don't pay much attention to it, both from at national level in terms of policy and programming, and also at individual level. The reason why we are sensitizing people is it's not only at individual level, but also so that dialogue can be created around ways